channel, changing lives.
Hello, welcome to the studios of Hope TV Ghana on your favorite show, Real Talk. My name is Evie, and today I have some few questions for you. There's this saying, I can't seem to get it right, whether it's boy toy or toy boy. My guest in the studio, Akosia, believes it is toy boy. I also saw boy toy, and I have seen boy toy. Whatever it is, I have no idea, but I want to ask you, have you ever heard? And what do you think it means? And if you know, go to our Facebook page, Hope TV Ghana, and tell me what exactly you think boy toy or toy boy is. Or even you can do that on Instagram as well, Hope TV Ghana. YouTube as well, Hope TV Ghana. Guys, today's story, it is interesting, it is funny, it is sad, it is complicated. Because we have this young guy who just dates older women. I'm not talking about 2 years, 3 years, 30. 20, over 20 years. So like literally his mother. He's 25 and he's currently dating a 52-year-old woman who is married. That in itself is a whole new conversation that we would have. But I would ask you to continue to send us your story through our WhatsApp number that you can see on your screen right now, or even our email address. Write it. Do not worry about how to put it. Just send it to me. We will edit it, find you the right people, just as I have done today, to have a good conversation. This is Hope TV. We bring you great content. Aside Real Talk, you can find other content on your screens as well. Today, I will just go straight and introduce my guest to you. She's a very, very interesting person. I'm sure she has so many opinions, so much things to say on the show today. She is Akosia Tiana.
Yes, please.
Akosia, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you, Evie.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm so glad you could make it. I was just wondering if you would be able to.
It's been a hectic day, but God made a way for me.
I know. Everything got sorted last minute and then you found your way here. Are you excited for the story?
I am very excited because, you know, this boy toy boy, you know, let's see what people have to say about it, because I've got my views and opinions, but let's see what the audience will have to say as well.
I know. How is Ghana treating you? Because you came back. Yes. Have you been here during lockdown?
Yes. So this month will be a year that I've been in Ghana.
Okay.
So I went back in September and then I came back in October. But yeah, this month will be a year, and Ghanaians are very interesting. I'll leave it there.
We are very, very interesting. We have our ways.
Definitely.
But you've been enjoying your stay?
It's been okay. I think it's so different to live in, you know, you come here on holidays and you think, oh yeah, you know, I can live here. But when you actually live here, it's not the same.
I know.
It's not the same.
I always tell my friends that if you're able to live in Ghana, you can live anywhere. You can live anywhere. So guys, as usual, I have just Akosia with me in the studio, but she's not the only guest. You know how we do it. We have people joining virtually as well. I have with me Juliet. Unfortunately, you can't see Juliet's face because ECG has done its thing. They've taken her lights. So she'll be joining me through audio. Juliet, if you can hear me, please say hi to myself and my audience.
Hi, Evie. Hi, audience.
It's so weird just seeing that tiny picture of yours and you can't see your face. But we'll have to make do with what we have. How are you doing? Are you ready for the story?
Well, I'm doing really well. I'm excited to go through this story with you. I think it's very interesting, very unusual. So I'm excited to hear what other people think about it.
Okay. Myself, I'm very excited. I was having a conversation with Akosia before we came on air, and I want to know what she has to say. And Juliet sounds exciting as well. But my next guest, who is Michael. Michael, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Michael, I think is it noon at your end?
No, UK time. So
okay. So it's almost the same time here. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Your sister is in my studio. You are all the way there, she is here. So I'm getting the best of both worlds, I can see. Are you ready for the story?
Yeah, I'm absolutely waiting.
And you're a young guy. I want to know if you go for the sugar mummies or you stick to the girl. Hey, you're excited though. I can't wait. I can't wait.
You're coming to expose him. So
I know.
He's shaking now.
Yeah. Okay, Michael, I'll get back to you and find out your opinion soon. Philip, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you loud.
Finally, yeah, I knew you were having some problems. Yeah, joining me now. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so guys, Philip is all the way in the Volta region.
Wow.
So my guests are all over. We got Ghana, we got UK, we have, even in Ghana, we have Volta. Juliet, you are in Accra, so it's still special. It's still special. Philip, I hope you're ready for the story, and maybe if you have some experience with older women, you can share it with us. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Church board will not be informed. You can just share your real opinion. This is real talk. So you'd have to be real with us.
I know.
So guys, I have Akosi, I have Michael, I have Juliet, and I have Philip with me today to discuss the boy who says, I cannot stop being a toy boy or a boy toy. Okay, we'll have to take a look at our story. So please stay tuned. The story will be read to you. Listen carefully, put down your comments, write your questions, ask us during the discussion, and we'll make sure we'll give you some solution at the end of the day. But the young man who sent his story, I hope you're ready to listen to us. And hopefully we are able to give you some sort of comfort or solution so you know the direction to take. This is Real Talk. My name is Evie. We'll be right back after the story. You just heard our story. I am sure you're excited as I am right now. So I told you, he's 25, dated a 52-year-old woman with 3 kids. She's married. And he said the woman's first child is even 2 years older than him. This is a complicated story. He doesn't like his age mates or women around his age. He finds them boring. I have no idea what these older women are doing, what sort of adventure they are taking him on, what sort of experience. I have no idea. Because if anything, we think we are the fun ones. But this boy says, nope, he does not agree. Akosia,
yes, darling.
What do you think is going on here? What is the general take, your general take on the story?
Well, you know what they say, that when a woman reaches her menopause, you know, she gets a bit more excited.
Really?
So maybe that's why.
I didn't think my mother was excited. She could talk a lot. That's all I saw.
Do you know, this situation is really funny. I'm going to be a devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So, you know, in society at the moment, we have these ladies, they call themselves slave queens, that are dating older married men. But it's, for some strange or funny reason, society is kind of accepting it as a norm that, you know, dating a married man is okay. But then when it comes to a man a young guy dating an older woman, we look at the situation like, oh my days, what's he doing? But both of the situations are wrong, and both of the situations are bad, because at the end of the day, these are older people that could have given birth to you. And not only that, they're married. Okay, yes, we say age is just a number, but in this situation, someone that's old enough to give birth to you is a no-no.
It's a no-no?
It's a no-no.
So you don't agree with him?
No,
you think he should find someone around
He has to find someone else around his age, especially if he wants to have a future with the person. He's saying that he wants to get married and have kids of his own. This lady won't be able to do that for him. He's already acknowledged that. So he's come forward to say he knows that, okay, as for this one, it's not going to work. I need to find someone my age. But now the issue is around how is he going to live and with someone that's his age, because he struggles with someone who's his age. So maybe he could even find someone who's older, but the issue is someone that's older and ready to settle down wouldn't settle down with someone as young as him. So it's, you see what I mean? So he needs to find help to deal with how he can live with someone that will be his age.
Before I go to my other guest, you mentioned something interesting that I even had in my question about younger women dating older men, and society seems to, oh, sugar daddy, and it's almost accepted. I want your opinion on that. I mean, we hear it all over. I mean,
are you sure you want my opinion?
Yes, this is real talk.
You know what? So living in Ghana for the year, I realized that dating a married man is a norm in this country. It's actually a norm. It's as if, like, if you don't do it, you're crazy.
Really?
I met a married man that wanted to date me, and I was like, no, I don't date married men. And can I speak the Akan language?
Yes.
He said to me that, when you're serious, me a one cut, a man worrying, I may date two or more, because one worrying a new and I was so shocked. I was like,
but
wow, you want me to break my morals?
If he knew how to take care of him, and he would take care of his wife.
Only God knows what his plan was, but I was just like, nah. So, but I've realized, like, being with a married man in this country is a norm. It's an actual norm. Yeah.
As compared to the UK?
Well, I'm coming from the UK, so to me, I come here and married men are trying to date me, and I'm like, no. But they don't understand why I'm rejecting them, because I'm coming from a country where it's not done. It's not, like, morally it's wrong. Morally it's wrong. You see, because these are people that you've grown up seeing them as your parents' friends, or like that's the age difference or the age gap between you and them. They're old enough to call them dad or uncle. They could have given birth to you, but now they want to sleep with you.
I know.
Nah.
Jules. What is your general take on the story, and then your opinion on young women dating married men before we come to this whole toy boy issue?
So it's very interesting.
Oh, I can see you.
Her picture's working now.
Yeah, my lights came back on. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So it's very interesting, this take on it's being so normal for people to date married men. I don't really think it's considered dating. There's a special arrangement that is. So if we are talking about just general dating, I don't really think it's as common as we might see it to be. With regards to this particular issue, I feel like most people will, off the top of their heads, think, oh, well, it's wrong because she's so much older. I don't necessarily think that the problem here is her age. I think the problem is the fact that she's married. Because no matter how you look at it, a married person is a married person. So whether you are a woman who is young and you're dating a married man, that's wrong. If you are a man who is young and you're interested in married women, that's wrong. So when I see a question like this, I think, first of all, the main issue that he should be concerned about is not the fact that she's so much older than him, because nobody can dictate love. You can't decide who you fall in love with. If you are attracted exclusively to older people, and these older people are available and not committed to other people, I don't really see the problem. My problem is in the fact that she is clearly committed to another person, has a family, and you are actively taken steps to destroy that relationship and that marriage. So just generally, I still have there's like a lot more that concerns me about this.
I can see that.
Yeah, there's a lot more that concerns me about this, but just generally, that is my initial take.
Okay, I'll come back to you and get your other concerns. So don't forget your points, write them down, and I'll get back to you. Michael, is there something wrong with being attracted to older women? And just by my nature, being an inquisitive human being, have you ever been attracted to an older woman before? You can choose to ignore this question, but I'll be very excited if you answer that question.
There's a lot to unpack on here. Not gonna lie. Let me help you out. So, is it abnormal for men to like older women? Is that the question, right? The first question.
Is something wrong with that?
It is. Is it wrong?
Yeah.
That, from personal opinion, I think it is not ideal. However, I did some research because obviously I wanted to look up to statistics how many people did that, and in the Western world, anyway, 1% of people practice that. So it is not common. However, 1%, even if you take 1 million people, 1% is still significant.
Yeah.
At least or more than that. And there's a lot of reasons. So you asked me personally, was am I attracted?
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Nah. That's not a thing that I'm into, as in generally attracted. No. However, I can vouch from what I read as well. It's quite not common, but many younger guys. In fact, I think depending on the age as well. You can find that at different age periods, different types of men, boys have different attraction. And I think, especially, like I think with experience, when you're like between 11 and 14, you tend to look up to older girls or women simply because of what the difference that they have compared to the girls your age. So, and that is what happens. And I think what happens in this example, but I read around and with many examples that I've seen, it is very common, uncommon, but for those that like older women, the reason why they like them is what they have that younger women of their age may not have, which there are differences, obviously, because there's an age gap, isn't it? But there are certain things that older women bring to the table that women of our age may not bring. Now, that aside, me personally, I don't think is ideal, but it does happen. And I think, as Juliet said, the main issue is the fact that she is married. Yeah. And for me personally, the secondary issue is the fact that she finds girls of his age completely boring. And obviously, I don't know how many girls he has gone through to be saying that, but it seems that all girls of his age, according to him, are boring. And the main issue, the glaring issue, is the fact that he's only attracted to older women. Right. You can be attracted to older women, that's fine. But this one, the gap is a bit mad. Can't lie. That aside, the fact that it's only, that is a bit of a questionable something. There's definitely something behind that. You can't just be only attracted to girls older than you by a huge gap. You know, if it was 5 years, calm. You see that a lot. But 20 plus years is a bit to investigate. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, yeah, but you mentioned that older women probably are doing something that women our age are not doing. What could be some of the possible reasons why?
Let me read you. I have a question that will literally make you understand, because I've experienced it myself. But let me read you this question and tell me. So to show you what exactly this brother might be thinking, or the reason why he likes older women. If I ask you this question, if I tell you that women are emotional, or if I tell you that you are emotional, how are you going to take it?
I am an emotional being.
No, but you would use emotions to react to that kind of comment.
Like,
you would get upset.
That I am emotional.
Like, he's very...
Yeah, especially, mate, I don't know your age. I didn't inquire, but let's say if you were 21 and below. How would you have taken that?
Yeah, I'm going to fight you.
Yeah, I'll ask why you are telling me I'm emotional. I mean...
Exactly. But I get, like, I've had, especially if you go, I've worked with, let's say, older women. They will be the one that will come and tell you their life experience. And the first thing they tell me every time, women are emotional. and they won't bat an eye. But if I told this to any girl right now, I'm getting punched up. I guarantee you that. And that's just to show you the difference in mentality. And I think I don't want to speak for women because I'm not one, but from what I gathered is as women grow up, they kind of get used to how they are, and then they won't really have a lot of what I could say issues or problems, and they will be used to their bodies and how they work. But a woman may not accept it. And the way I say it, this is very controversial, so I'm open for anyone to say anything. Sometimes people have issues that they won't realize until time has showed them their faults, right? And obviously men have their issue, men time is their ego. Women, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to get crucified out here, but I would say once you get older, as I said, the emotional bit, which is normal, you have hormones and you have cycles, right? But many people do not realize how these may impact their relationship with others. But older women know themselves, therefore they know what they want, they know what they need to do.
Right.
Again, it's coming from the research that I read. There's a lot of, this is the things that many men will be saying. That aside, me personally, I can't help but agree. I've seen women of my age that know what they're doing or have certain characteristics, but there's difference in the way people carry themselves at different age. Yeah. That's what I would.
Yeah.
But definitely I disagree. I don't think you should go for older women.
Okay.
But that's for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I can understand why, and I can agree with you, because older women obviously are mature. They know what they want. This one is married. She's not coming to stress you. So I can understand why it's easy, but that is not long term.
At all.
Philip, you are our other brother. I don't know if you agree with Michael. I don't know what other different opinion you have, but general take on the story and what is making this guy attracted to older women? Possible reasons why he thinks, oh, as for me, if you are not 20 years and above older than me, we cannot have a future together.
You see that in this situation or in this case, you will see that he is with a set of people or class of people who are not really into something that will lead into a future, like a committed relationship with him. He is with people who are already committed to other people. He is with people who have a family, who have a home to take care of. So being with these people, he doesn't have the mind of, well, what if my wife falls sick? What if my children are sick? Like that sense of responsibility is lost. Okay. So to me, first, and I feel he only wants to live a stress-free life, but he's kind of being a sexual pervert. As in, he likes sex and he cannot get it from anywhere that has a that free rate than from people who will give it out without expecting anything. The reason why I'm saying that is that with these older women, because they're already committed to someone, for you to have them, it means they are also lacking something like sexual issues. They're having sexual issues in their marriage. That is when you can win them. And when you win them over these sexual issues, and you being a young man, you're able to satisfy them, they stick to you. So I think this is what we commonly refer to as sugar mommy. Okay? And so the women are in it because they want sex. Maybe the guy too, you are in it for either money or just because you also love sex, but you don't want a stressful relationship. In his case, he has stated that it is not the money that he wants. So I think the responsibility that has to do with going with women at your age who don't know what this life holds for them, what they want to be in the future. Today, if it is the blonde hair they want, or dark hair, the brown, or they don't know what they actually want. And today they bring in this, tomorrow they bring in that. I think that's kind of stress that is associated with dating younger women. That is what he's running away from.
Right.
That being said, there might be other reasons though. Maybe he had past experience with a younger lady. Maybe sexually the lady couldn't satisfy him, and then when he got the married woman. The married woman was able to satisfy him, so he developed that affection for married people rather. Okay. Then it might be that he was being maltreated by a younger woman, or what we say broken heart. Any of these things could be the reason. But the basic, the foundation has to do with he not wanting to have anything, no strings attached. He doesn't want anything stressful in his life. Because the young man in the story has realized that the relationship is going to lead him nowhere. He has stated that he wants to have a family one day. He wants to have his own children and wife, build a beautiful home one day. But how to go through the process? Okay, he's ready to grab apples, but he doesn't want to grow the apple tree. So the process is boring for him, but he wants to be chopping the thing, but he doesn't want to grow the thing. You see? So to me, I see it to be more of psychological, and emotional laziness.
Okay.
That is right.
I can see that, but Philip was just saying, do you think in all this he's looking for a mother?
So it's interesting that Philip actually did bring about psychological and emotional, because I'm looking at the scenario and I'm thinking, I'm wondering what his childhood was like.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because his primary socialization is really important for him to do what he's doing now. So primary socialization is the way that you've been brought up.
Exactly.
Who is in your family household before you meet your secondary socialization, your school friends, your church friends. The way you're brought up is really important. And I think for me, he was maybe missing some sort of emotional need from his mother. So what's happened now is that when he meets an older woman, it's not only about the sexual attraction, it's also about the emotional need being met, because the woman has time for him.
Right.
The time that maybe his mother didn't have for him. There's also the chance of, what was his first sexual encounter like when he was a child? Was he molested? Because these things, we really don't realize that it has an impact in our adulthood when we grow up, when we do certain things, and to people we're like, why is she doing this
person like this?
But we don't realize it's some subconscious thing that goes in our heads, like, okay, I'm doing this act, but I don't realize I'm doing this act because I don't see nothing wrong with this act. But to somebody else looking in, they'll see it and be like, no, this is not right. This is not morally correct, should we say. So there's that possibility that he was also molested by a girl who was older than him when he was young.
So now he associates sexual encounters with older women.
That's why he struggles to relate with those that are his age, because that's not how his first sexual encounter wasn't with someone his age. It was someone who's older. So there's two ways to look at it. That's how I see it, because I'm a mental health advocate, so I do like mental health education, awareness and stuff. So that's why I'm looking at it from that kind of point of view of what happened to him when he was a child, for him to grow up into this adulthood and make these kind of decisions.
What do you think are some of the consequences of dating older married women? With a child that is 2 years older than him, if it's a boy, he will beat him.
I'm sure the children don't know. Come on, obviously the children don't know. That's why he's getting away with this, because I'm sure if they knew, they would have beaten him up a long time ago by now. But obviously the consequences are, there's also that possibility of, because he's trying to find a younger girl, he's probably sleeping around as well with younger girls. And this woman is a married woman. Right. We don't even know if they're using protection. So if he's going around sleeping with younger girls and not using protection with them, he's taking infections to the older woman, who's going to now take infections to the husband.
And God forbid the husband is also doing sugar baby.
Hey, that is a cycle.
I know, right? I know, right?
So, yeah, but there's also the emotional consequence, because now he's struggling to be with someone his age. He's struggling to be with someone his age, so he can't even relate with someone. He says he finds them boring. He gets tired of them.
It's shocking for me. Guys, you see, sometimes the stories we have on our table, when you see them, you wonder, is this really happening? I get so many people after the show, they contact, Evie, is this story real? And I tell them, you have no idea what is happening in our world today and what the young people are going through, and society and its pressures, and how we've become just means that we do not know our left from our right. We don't know what to do, what not to do. But I am glad that with Hope TV, we have a channel like this and a platform like this to share stories with you and hopefully get some sort of advice, directions as to how to live our life, which as Christians, we are hoping that God is happy with our lifestyle. We'll be right back. We'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we will look at other aspects of the story, such as Philip and Akosia are saying it could be psychological, but you know we are Christians and we are Africans. Is this spiritual? Who is doing this boy like this? You know, we will look at all that angle and what he can do in this sticky situation, and hopefully how he can find girls his age exciting again. We'll be right back.
Hope TV ahwefo may the Awurade Yesu din chia mo soronko baby a wo bia. May the Lord richly bless you. The station is so proud of you for your support, for your prayers over the years. Enye mo ka TV station ye ni ha. Mo kakra mo de suma efa mo so ba checks ahodo amotwetwe na ma TV station ye da so a ye te ase a ye di nyame asem nam so bremo. We are launching on the 6th of March. Givers platform for Hope Television. We want to raise 1,000 human beings, 1,000 people who are willing to give this TV station 100 Ghana cedis every month, so that we'll be able to buy new machines. Near to me, for one year, Juma Hope TV and Biaka home. Merante and Mario or Moya Juma Hano Musa. There's the need for us to augment our workforce and then expand our coverage. We need money. So on the 6th of March, we'll be here to launch the Hope Club 1000. All that you need is to just send your number to 0249193083, and then we'll hook you up onto the platform. You become a Club 1000 member. That every month, Bosumi Bia 100 Ghana cedis, so that we'll support what we want to do. We look forward to seeing on the 6th of March as we officially launch the Club 1000. And then every month the promotion will go on. May God richly bless you as you prepare to send your name and your number to 0249193083. That, Pastor, I just want to be part of the Club 1000. And the Lord will make sure that every month He will give you the 100 Ghana cedis to send it to this TV station. May God richly bless you.
We're still in the studios with Akosia. Joining me virtually, I have Juliet, I have Michael, and I have Philip. We are still talking about this story of a 25-year-old guy who is dating a 52-year, it's even funny, a 52-year-old woman who is married with 3 kids, and her first child is 2 years older than this guy. And he says he loves her, it's not about the money, and he doesn't find young women attractive, and they bore him easily. And now he doesn't even know if this thing is psychological, if there's something wrong with him, because he wants to settle down. He wants to get married and have a family of his own. But I don't know why you are poaching someone else's wife to be your wife. 52, she can't have kids for you. I mean, Sarah had it at 100, but now with the things we are eating and things we are doing to our bodies, I don't even, but you never know. Celebrities are having babies through what artificial insemination and surrogacy, so it's possible if that is what you want. But this is someone's wife. Even if you want older women, go and find single older women. But Akosia made an interesting point that she said the older women that want to settle down may not want to settle down with you. But this is why we have this conversation, just so we can give you some form of solution and then hopefully direct you in a path that will benefit you and your future. So I'll just go straight to Juliet and I'll ask her consequences of dating a married woman, aside her kids beating you up. What are the consequences? And if indeed this thing is psychological, because Akosia mentioned beautifully that our upbringing and what happens to us really subconsciously informs some of the decisions we take. So, Juliet.
Right. So the consequences, I think, are pretty obvious. First of all, you can't have this person. So she's married, she has a family, she has kids. First of all, you're not going to have her. I don't think he's in any sort of position to take care of her and her family. The lifestyle that she's probably accustomed to at this point in her life, I don't know how a 25-year-old is going to be able to maintain that lifestyle for her. So off the bat, you know that you're not going to have this person. And even if she was to leave her family for you, you want to actively instigate the breakdown of somebody's marriage and somebody's family and somebody's parents' life. So it's a very selfish perspective to come from, to think that because you are attracted to this one person, you're willing to destroy her life and destroy the lives of her entire family. And on his side, is he sure he's going to be able to live openly with this woman in a relationship with her? Is he going to be able to show her off to his friends, to his family? What do you have in common? What does she and you have in common with the rest of the people that you interact with? Are you going to be able to actively pursue a life with her? I really don't see how that's realistically possible, especially because she's married. If it was an unmarried older woman, there are some allowances that can be given for that. I think the major problem for me when I look at his message is the way he frames things, calling yourself a boy toy. The position he's taken already is that he's a toy in the relationship. He does not consider himself to be on equal footing or in a serious relationship. He considers himself a toy in that situation. So that's not something that I think, that's the main thing that is very, very problematic with what he's saying, which is the way he positions himself, the way he looks at the relationship. And even though he says that he's not looking for any sort of financial stability from her and all those things, the truth is an older woman is likely to take care of you. Right. Even if it's not financially taking care of you, she's going to be more emotionally supportive than a young person that you have to grow with. If you're growing with a younger woman, you know, you're facing life together, learning things together, falling, climbing up together. He's picking the easy way out. To say that you are exclusively attracted to older women is a very limiting way to look at your life. You're 25 years old. What have you experienced to be able to say that I'm only exclusively attracted to older women? Right. You need to live more. You need to experience life more. And he needs to stop looking at his life from such a narrow perspective, which is that I am a toy. That, I think, is just, it's completely off. He needs to rearrange his way of thinking and the way he looks at life. Even if he's attracted to women, older women, that's fine. But to consider himself a toy in that relationship, that tells me that he doesn't value himself in the instance that he's currently in. So that's why he's unable to associate with younger women, because maybe that would require him to be serious. That would require him to put in effort. That would require him to, God forbid, take care of somebody instead of being taken care of. So there's a lot more I could go on and on about on this thing, but I don't want to hog the space. I'll take a seat for now, wait for other people to talk.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. I mean, maybe that's why he doesn't want younger women, because he needs to be the provider in that relationship. Yes, and now the older woman is providing 50.
But he said he's not in with her for the money.
That's what he said, though. He said, like you said, sometimes when we are doing certain things, we don't know that is the reason why we are doing it. Now the money is there, you are so comfortable. It seems like it's not about the money. Let us take away the money factor and see if indeed you'll be as comfortable and you say, I really love her. Go and date a broke 52-year-old woman and come and tell me that, oh, I'm happy and I love her and I want her.
And the question is it the woman's money or is it the husband's money? The money that you...
Let me swallow. That is an interesting take. But, Michael, consequences of dating a married woman, is this thing psychological or spiritual?
Oh.
And then if we flip it, why are these women, married women, engaging their children? Literally.
That's for them to answer. But I'll try and do my best. Yeah, definitely psychological, because if this is a spiritual, then this must be a curse. But other than that, the reason, I think, what's her name? I forgot your name, sorry, but you basically laid it out. Akosia, right. She basically laid it out. When it comes to, if it was, I am attracted to older women, I could be like, okay, but if you're only attracted to older women and you cannot be with women of your age, then there is an issue somewhere, either conscious or subconscious, I do not know. But she gave some examples which may as well be true or may not be true. She knows. There might be mommy issue. I don't know if anybody mentioned that, but
yeah,
mommy issue. She mentioned that. Then you got to look for that with her. But there's a lot of problems that needs to be discussed out. There's a lot of things that need to be investigated. For me personally, that's the first thing I would say to anybody that comes to me and say such a thing, because that shows to me that you're disconnected from your generation. Because somebody that is 50 years old, she raised up when computers were coming up and they were now becoming a common thing for everybody of her age. This guy grew up with smartphones, Facebook, and whatnot. So as you said, there's a provision and whatnot. But as you said, now the women, let's look at that side. It seems more interesting now. Why would you do that? Especially she being married and having 3 kids.
Yeah.
That is. I don't know which one is even worse at this point, because that is definitely not right. In whatever shape or form. I think obviously there must be some dysfunction in her marriage, or she's just tired. But there must be dysfunction, because marriage is meant to be lasting, and even it would have made more sense if she was younger and the marriage has been 10 years old. But for she to have 3 children, one of them being older than the guy she's going for, like, you're not seeing your child in him. However, it's becoming more common. It's not common though, it's very rare, but it does happen. I've read about it time ago, and it happens with older men going for women which might be their daughter's friends, and things happen. Anyway, again, her reasons, as I said, dysfunction. You guys mentioned some of them, performance, but I don't know if they are engaging in any act. It wasn't mentioned in the extra that we had. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, it could be anything to do with having something fresh, something new, and something young. It's quite, I don't want to say it's odd, but it's definitely odd. I can't think of any other reason for women to do. I think that's more for the women to do, as I said earlier. So yeah.
Okay, I get you. Philip, could this be psychological, spiritual, or normal? And if you have any other consequences that you think dating a married woman would bring or cause, and finally, how can he get out of this sticky situation?
Okay. On the issue of being psychological or spiritual, I think it's both. Okay, I do not want us to disrespect the position of spirituality in matters like this. Because as Christians, we have an adversary who is always... strategies that will distract us from Christ. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Taking some few steps. The devil has taken charge of this, and then he's making him get addicted to it. Because he's obtaining pleasure from it, he wishes to do it more.
I don't know if it's because you mentioned spiritual. Somebody's sitting on your line.
Yes, so can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, so I was saying that it is spiritual and psychological.
Yeah.
Okay, because the devil is always looking for potholes to fill our lives with patience and hope. So she would take spiritual aid. Okay, speak to a spiritual mentor or a priest or someone, a pastor, someone who can pray with him. And then more of psychological, because the devil plays on our minds. Okay, the mind is the battlefield. So he should deal more with what he feels. For now, he knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows. Okay.
Yeah.
He already knows. So I think he should look out for the steps that we are giving out now. Should look out for a way to apply these steps in his life. Okay. He should be determined to let it go. This is an addiction, and it's not going to be easy. He might find himself moving away from it today, and maybe a few months later he is tripping back into the same thing. Or he might even stop it for an entire year. Then he will go back again. Sometimes you can even stop for 5 years. Then you'll be walking on the street one day and start admiring another older woman again. It's an addiction.
Right. It can be a form of addiction.
And even decades for you to totally let it go. Okay. As Dr. Bibi usually says, it's like it is going to be an easy battle, but he should make up his mind that I want to let this go. Okay, then whoever apply those advices, then we'll be able to move away with it. And with the consequences, I want to point out two main consequences that has to do with this. One is
Philip, I don't know what is happening, but your line keeps breaking. Okay. I'll try and check in with you later because now the line is breaking. I don't know if you're back. I don't know if you can hear me, but the line is breaking badly. Akosia,
yes, darling.
How can he get out of this sticky situation?
Therapy. No. Therapy and prayers. If he's really like willing to change and he really wants to settle down with someone around his age. Now there's dating websites, isn't it? He should test the waters with the dating sites.
Okay.
There's the Tinders, there's the I don't even know, but you know, there's the apps out there for him to try and see how it goes with building a relationship with someone his age.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He shouldn't think about the sex. He should think about getting to know the person. Try being around the person, building an emotional attachment to that person.
Okay.
So he should leave the sex out of it, because when the sex, I think why he's getting bored and tired is because of the sex. He's not reaching that level of emotional connection with the young ladies to that extent where he's comfortable enough to stay. He's going in, trying to match the sugar mummies that he's had in the past in bed. And that's not going to happen because only God... This is a woman that's 52. Her experience is going to be on another level, cry.
Right.
You know?
Right.
She's been married to have 3 kids. She's been married for years. So obviously she's going to be spicing up her marriage and learning new tactics to keep her man. So of course she's going to have things that he's going to find young ladies boring and because they've not got that experience.
Right. Completely agree.
He should do therapy, pray, and try dating websites.
Yes. Okay. And stop hanging around older women.
And stop hanging around older women. As soon as he sees an older woman, he should close his eyes.
Okay. Okay. Juliet, finally, how can he get out of this sticky situation? Juliet, I don't know.
So,
okay, I can hear you now. I thought you had muted yourself.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
I think he needs to spend some time maybe not seeing people for a while, get to know himself, figure out what his problems are. Like Akosia said, therapy is very, very important. So maybe abstain from dating for a while, spend some time introspecting, figuring out why he feels he's exclusively attracted to older women, because I think it's very unusual for anybody to be exclusively attracted to any single type of human. It's a bit strange, yes. So he should spend some time in therapy, try and figure out what's the root cause of his fascination with older women are. Right. And then if he's able to resolve that, maybe start mingling with his peers a little. I understand, you know, when we are growing up, we all get to the point where we feel like, oh, our mates are not on our level because somehow we are better than them. Somehow we are smarter than them. Somehow we know better than everybody else, our mates. But it's possible there are other people like you who also feel superior to everyone else, right, or who also feel like, you know, that they're also more mature than other people their age. So he needs to spend some time alone, get some therapy. I really like the idea. Get therapy and dip his feet in slowly. Try and then just go out, meet a few other younger people, not necessarily to date, but just to make other friends his own age. Try and then see where they are coming from. It's possible he might meet someone his own age that he would be attracted to.
Okay. Michael, your final words to him. How can he get out of this situation?
I think obviously prayers was mentioned, therapy was mentioned, counseling. I think that's part of it. He needs serious counseling. As Julia said, it's a niche. It's very niche liking or attraction that he has. That to me screams issues. You shouldn't be attracted to just this.
Right.
Why?
I said right.
It is okay to have strict standards, but I guess maybe I will rephrase it to that, because that is very weird. It's a very weird, odd attraction to have. To me, it just screams strong. But so as I said, definitely counseling is needed.
Yeah.
And the prayer and to talk to people. And I think that that introspective that she said, stop dating. You owe yourself, you're questioning. Obviously, you said you only like this, but then you realize there are issues that come, like my to-be's son is older than me. You must have seen that ain't right. So obviously now he's asking himself whether he should continue. So it's definitely time for him to now take a break and reflect on these things and take serious prayer as well, obviously.
Yeah. Completely agree. Philip, if you can hear me and if you are back.
Iri.
Yes. Finally. Yes. What is your advice to this young guy? How can he get out of this situation?
Yeah. So I think with the therapy and the counseling, that will help a lot. But then if all this been done and he still can't get out of it, then he should look at it this way. He really wants sex. Or what his problem is mainly sex. So if he thinks it is not about sex, then he should live a chaste life. From now till he grows to the 52, one day he will find a 52-year-old man who is divorced, and that time they are all old people, and then they can get married. But I think his main problem now is sex. All he wants is sex. So he should pray, prefer to live by godly principles, and that will help a lot. And then I also want to give him this simple advice. This he is doing now will have a very big ripple effect in his marriage to come. That is if he actually ends up getting married one day. Because one day his wife is going to be 52 years old. And when they begin to have problems, he will begin to think the wife is actually having some 25-year-old boy somewhere. That's insane. That is why the wife gave him. It is simple, cause and effect. He will not be able to escape it. So the earlier he stops, the better. Because whatsoever we do, it will go into our unconscious mind, and later on when it plays out, we'll be surprised how this little thing we've done is now affecting it. And he should be careful about his health too. Don't know what, maybe these marriages are actually breaking apart, and the husbands are also doing other stuff. They go and pick it and they bring it to the wife. The wife picks it and bring it to you. Then you come and disturb other people with it. So I think you should be careful. You should be serious with it. Life. That is the best way I can put it.
Right. You should be serious with life. Be serious with life, as Philip says. I have some comments coming in that I'd like to read before we go. This is from Alexis Dugan, who says, I think it's normal in my opinion. The only wrong issue here is that he is dating a married woman. If he would love to marry a woman who is 30 years older, why not? It's fine. He should just move away from getting into married women. Okay, Kwame Opoku John Mark says, I think this guy is probably enjoying something that we may not know. I perceive him to be lazy and not ready to build or go through the ups and downs that come along with dating his contemporaries. Okay, this one says, there's a boy and there's a toy. We move. KBA says, this is serious. Josephine says, I think the guy is lazy and irresponsible and thinks that if he gets a young lady, he will be providing for her. In this case, the woman is taking care of him. But he shouldn't forget that he can't marry her and that he's carrying curses into his life. Ooh. The woman might also have her own reasons for dating a young guy as young as her kid. Probably her husband is not satisfying her sexually. But she should try focusing on her marriage to make it better than following a young guy who is as young as her child. You guys, you've heard it, and you've heard it from our amazing panelists. I don't have much to say. Therapy, pray, counseling. Philip says, when you're old, somebody will do it to you. Karma and all that. All these things are real, but honestly, if it's something you're struggling with, you should just try therapy. I mean, it will bring up so many things that you did not even know you were dealing with. And hopefully that will give you some sort of closure. You move on from these married women. And if it is still older women you want, at least find one that is available, who is willing to settle with you. Don't break people's homes trying to follow your selfish needs. And they shouldn't come and beat you. I'm really struggling when they find out, they'll come and beat you. Yo. So if you want to be safe and you want to live your life, and I'm even happy that you're questioning this lifestyle, because I think you, deep down, you know that it's not something you want. So just sit down, go to therapy, just focus on your life. And I'm sure you find a young woman that will be very exciting for you. I don't know the sort of excitement you want in your life, but I hope you find the one that will keep up and make you happy. Guys, before we go, I want you to say hi to just a few people. This is called greetings from abroad. So just a few people. Akosia, who do you say hi to?
I'm saying hi to friends and family in the UK, Europe, and friends and family in Ghana as well that are watching. Hey!
You are smart not to start mentioning names.
I know.
You know, I've said this on the show before. When I'm praying and I start saying, oh, let's say God, I pray for Akosia. Yeah. Then I'll say, oh, Juliet. Then I'll say Michael. Then I'll say Philip. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I'm not praying for the other people. So I'll say, I pray for all my friends and loved ones. That's exactly what you do.
Because people said to me I should give them shout outs, but I'm not going to do that. So they know themselves. They know themselves.
Michael.
Obviously, I want to first say hi to my mom in Ghana. That is Nancy Ade. One. Secondly, LMC, well, obviously, single coming out on the 5th of March. Little poem for you. And then Lighthouse Acapella also cooking up some things April, so look out for that as well. But yeah, that's mainly everyone I wanted to say hi to.
That's great. Philip?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom. Yeah, my mom and my close friends, Courage, Edith, and my other friends. That's that.
Okay. Juliet?
I thought this was greetings from abroad, because
please,
from Ghana to Ghana.
Yes, from Ghana to Ghana.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, so all my friends, all my loved ones, they already know.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. I think we did a good job. I think it was a good conversation. I think we covered a lot of questions and topics, and hopefully we gave him some sort of direction, and he is, at least, he knows what to do and knows what not to do, and he is probably finding the right person to talk to. But just in case you do not have someone to talk to, I know a certified counselor. Just reach out to me, Nana Kofi Nimakon. He is ready to talk to you, ready to listen to you and give you some form of direction. So it's not a problem. Reach out and then we'll make it happen, because I believe when you bring the issues here, we should find some sort of concrete help for you, solid help that at the end of the day you know that you brought an issue. We spoke about it and we helped you solve it. This is Real Talk. I would have to go. We'll come back same time next week. My makeup was done by Chris and Brown. Thank you so much for my makeup. And please continue to enjoy the rest of the content on Hope TV. We have amazing content here on Hope TV, and I am sure that you would enjoy yourself. Saturday, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 6th March, we are having a launch here, an exciting event at 5 p.m. So please tune in, join us, have a great time, expect amazing things. That is what we do here. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you same time next week. Bye.
Hope Channel, changing lives.